We are, Nicole, doing what I have called committing superpower suicide.
Explain that.
Well, until a year ago, the United States was unquestionably the world's leading superpower. And among our greatest strengths were not only our economy, but our national security, our defense, our development assistance, our diplomacy, and our greatest asset, arguably.
Right, and basically what she going into, man, is United States is like a third world country. You see? Yeah. That superpower is Russia and China. You see, they the superpower. Once upon a time, it used to be America, man. Like she said, because of our power and the economy. You see, but this racist nigga woman that hate the men of her nation, this wicked asshole. You see, this bitch gonna get burnt up, man. And this bitch afraid, man. You see? Because Babylon the Great losing her luster, her charm. You see? Let's get scripture, man. You see? Because this demon devil, he's only gonna get so far, man. Your devil daddy. You see, he's only going to get so far. This is Job 14, and Job chapter 14. You see, this is Job chapter 14, Job 14 and verse 5. Job chapter 14 and 5. Job 14 and 5. Seeing his days are determined. You see, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. See, and he want to invade Greenland. Well, we're going to see. Do it. You see? Do it. And guess what, man? You got France, Canada, everybody going to turn against that great whore. You see? Yeah, the beast. They're going to turn against that great whore. You see? Man, this devil in a trick bag. Did you catch that? Did you see that? Believe that? You see? See? And this bitch, she can feel it, man. That this evil ass queen of heaven, queen of society, this place is falling. You see? And they got the right man for the job. Donald Trump, your devil daddy, your oppressor. You see, he's the right man for the job, man, to destroy Babylon the Great, this evil, filthy, nasty, disgusting ass land. You see?
On top of the traditional hard power assets was our network of alliances and partnerships, which is what China and Russia have long envied. No matter how powerful China becomes, no matter how aggressive Russia becomes, neither of them have ever had in Europe and Asia the network of alliances and partnerships that the United States has enjoyed and nurtured since World War II. It is, in many ways, our superpower. And what Trump has done methodically is to undermine and deconstruct the strength of those alliances. What holds those alliances together are shared values and trust. Mm-hmm. And trust has been broken.
All you got to do is get past these two guys right here. On my whistle.
It's been broken.
We're back with Director Brennan, Michael, and Rick. So, Rick, I interviewed Susan Rice today for my podcast. It'll be out later this week. But this idea, she just perfectly articulates how dramatic it is. Superpower suicide.
It is dramatic. I do agree with everything she said. But I want to come to Mark Carney's speech there, which I think is the most important speech by a world leader in the last decade, because he addresses these issues. And he said, and it's painful, it'll be painful for John to hear, it'll be painful for Mike to hear. He said, never ever use the term rules-based world order again, because it doesn't really exist. He said there was always a lie at the heart of it, which was that superpowers didn't really have to obey the rules. Russia didn't, China didn't. It was kept whole by U.S. power, U.S. dominance, U.S. values. But now when you have the U.S. committing suicide and not following those rules-based orders, we need a new system. He really went right at it, I think, in a way of saying that old system was riddled with hypocrisy. Donald.
Well, get ready for a collapse. A great economical catastrophe. You see, Ezekiel 7 and 23. Ezekiel chapter 7 and 23. Make a chain, see? And that's what's coming from Mr. Paleface. His Shedemite bitches, they evil ass, wicked ass crumb snatchers. You see? Yes, get ready for the red Hebrew Edomite heathen slave trade. A chain is being prepared for these crackers. These Peckerwoods, these honkies. You see? What chain? Put your bitch ass in slavery. You see? Yeah, so get ready for the red Hebrew Edomite heathen slave trade. How you like that, Mr. White Man? You fucking crackers. You honkies. You Peckerwoods. You understand? All you heathen devils, man. You brute beasts, man. A chain is being prepared for you motherfuckers, man. You understand? You see? Yeah. We're going to put you motherfuckers on the red Hebrew Edomite heathen slave trade boat. How you like that, bitch? With shackles and chains. Did you see that? You see? See? Ezekiel 7 and verse 23. Make a chain. You see? For the land is full of bloody crimes. Exactly. That's the key. That's the point. You see? That's the point. That's the key. The bloody crimes from these devils, man, because of these devils, by these devils, because of these devils, man. Want to steal, rape, rob, and murder every goddamn thing. They got to pay, you see, for the bloody crimes. Your devil daddy, Mr. Paleface, he's a violent man, you see. For the land is full of bloody crimes, you see. And the city is full of violence. And that's what's coming, man. A purge, up wars across the whole 50 states. Civil war, civil unrest. Motherfuckers gonna get their shit split. Believe that. You see? Nothing but violence, man. Nothing but violence. You dig? You know what I mean? You see? Verse 25. Ezekiel chapter 7 and 25. Ezekiel 7 and 25. Destruction cometh. See? These demon devils don't have the slightest idea, man. What's up ahead, man? They think they're going to rule forever. Red Hebrew Edomite supremacy. No, bitch. Your ass about to get fucked up. Burnt the fuck up. The Heavenly Father going to blow this place up. What the fuck? You see? Ezekiel chapter 7 and 25. Destruction cometh. You see? And they shall seek peace. And there shall be none. See, ain't no peace, man, because of the bloody crimes. You dig? You know what I mean? You see? They got to pay, man. They got to pay. Your devil daddy. Esau, Edom. The devil the Bible speaks of, Mr. Paleface. You see? All these heathen devils, man. Especially so-called white people, man. These motherfuckers are very evil and wicked. You see? Mischievous motherfuckers, man. Can't be trusted, man. Go ahead, invade Greenland. You see? No, your bitch ass, you afraid of China. What that nigga woman said with her dick sucking, sambo coon ass. That bitch sucking and fucking a serpent. You see, that bitch married to a serpent. You see? But she right. What she say? Russia and China? Yeah, but you scared to try to invade them, come up against them, ducking and running and dodging. You see, Esau Edom, he's a bitch, man. He got everything, man. Aerial assaults, submarines, tanks. Did you see that shit? I like to say, call Elohim Blah, Yahweh Hashem, Yahushai. Call Elohim Blah, Yahweh Hashem, Yahushai. All praise Mashiach, Yahushai. Call Elohim Blah, Yahweh Hashem, Yahushai. Call him Yasharallah, Prince of Power. Yeah, Jerusalem, we up. Yeah, Jerusalem, we up. Call Elohim Blah, Yahweh Hashem, Yahushai. All praise Mashiach, Yahushai. Call Elohim Blah, Yahweh Hashem, Yahushai. Shouts out Israelite foreigners, specular birds, you strangers that look like a Mr. Paleface, that look like an Edomite, that look like a red Hebrew Edomite. Peace and love to you, peace and love to you. Shalom, shalom, shalom to the 144,000, the elect, the women and men, children that's going to make it to the kingdom. The rounders, apostles, and elders and watchmen, servants and prophets, a great millstone. Who I learned this truth from only through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Call Elohim Blah, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Call Elohim Blah, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. All praises, Hamashiach, Yahushai. And Lord willing, you brothers and sisters was edified. It's on to the next one. Shalom. We hope he do invade Greenland. Please do. Go ahead. You see, proud ass demon devil. This devil is proud, man. He's very proud. He's a prideful man. You see? And that's Revelation 17, man. Yeah, the beast gonna hate the whore. Please do it. You see? You know why? It's a lot of brown people live in Greenland. Native Seminole descent. Believe that shit. You see? See? That's the reason why he want to invade that place, man. There's more brown people than crackers and hunkies. Red Hebrew Edomites. You see? Yeah, it's more brown people sustain and reside over there more than crackers and peckerwoods and honkies. You see? That's the reason, man. But most importantly, the resources. They got good minerals over there, man. And this devil, he's a thief. You see?
Trump, in a way, has exposed the hypocrisy by being such a malevolent actor himself, and now we need a new system. So one of the things that he was saying is that all of these countries need to be much more independent and not rely on that globalized trading order that we always were a champion of. What did Mark Carney do this past week? He signed a bilateral trade agreement with China for electric cars. That hurts the U.S. He's saying people have to make their own agreements. They have to band together because they have plenty of power. The EU is our largest trading partner. We do $1 trillion of trade with them a year. They have huge bargaining power. That hurts American consumers. So when Trump inflicts a tariff, inflicts it on them, it's inflicted on us because, as the Wall Street Journal said, 96% of the cost is paid by U.S. consumers. Like, they're not using their leverage. And Carney was saying that, this transatlantic alliance that Susan was talking about, that we're so proud of, that has kept the peace for 80 years, he's saying it doesn't really exist anymore. When you have an actor who's the head of the alliance who's threatening to attack another NATO territory. So he said he basically exploded this whole mythology.
I mean, let me play a little bit of it.
Oh, okay, good.
Let me play a little bit, Carney.
All right, you got to stop buying generic Viagra if y'all over 40. You can get 9 pills of 100 milligram generic Viagra for just...
Okay, good. Let me play a little bit, Carney.
But more recently, great powers have begun using economic integration as weapons. Tariffs as leverage, financial infrastructure as coercion, supply chains as vulnerabilities to be exploited. You cannot live within the lie of mutual benefit through integration when integration becomes the source of your subordination. The multilateral institutions on which the middle powers have relied, the WTO, the UN, the COP, the architecture, the very architecture of collective problem solving are under threat.
I mean, along with collective problem solving comes intelligence sharing, military training. I mean, it comes with a lot of other things that are, if not by treaty or law, by practice, the things that make us safer. He seems to be saying all that is at risk.
I think it is. I mean, and part of it is because of this economic calculation where he said that integration has become a tool of subordination for the superpowers. I mean, nobody has really quite said it like that. He also said something beautiful, which is nostalgia is not a strategy. I feel like so many of us, of the rule-based global order folks, the norms, we are nostalgic for it. Mm-hmm. But nostalgia isn't a policy. And so much of what we want to do is kind of, remake the souffle. He's saying that we're not going to be able to remake the souffle. It's going to be different. And we will never have as malevolent a president as Donald Trump ever again, knock on wood, but it's never going to be the same.
It's such an important point, and I feel like in the domestic space, people like Mark Elias get us there, that there's no snapping back, DOJ. We're not going to return to a norm. We'll create a new norm. But what was Trump is no more. Director Brennan, how does that impact things that aren't as public, the very opaque world of intelligence gathering and national security?
Well, it's a tremendous impact. And to pick up on Rick's point, what's so ironic is that international global architecture that Trump is so insulting of and dismissive of, the United States has benefited more than any other country since World War II as a result of that international global architecture. And we have these intelligence relationships around the globe that help our national security. We have developed them over time. We work very closely with the Danes and all of the various NATO country intelligence and security services. And they relied heavily on us, but we relied heavily on them as well. And again, the devastating impact on the trust that these countries have now in the United States, that they see the United States pursuing policies that are solely in U.S. interests and are detrimental to others, it really does undermine the respect, the trust that these countries and these services have had toward the United States. So again, Donald Trump will one day leave the political stage. But the impact on what is happening to our relationships, particularly to our NATO alliance, the alliance that really has kept the United States and European countries and the world safe over the last 75 years or so, the impact, I think, is going to be so long-lasting that it's unfortunate that Donald Trump has had the opportunity to do this, and which is going to be felt across the political, military, intelligence, and security spheres.
Michael Crowley, let me quickly ask you about news that the Times had that Gavin Newsom says he was blocked from entering a U.S. pavilion and giving a scheduled speech. What do you know about that?
Well, I wasn't part of that story, Nicole, but, look, the presidential campaign is already underway. Gavin Newsom, in some ways, is very shrewd about making headlines and drawing attention to himself as a very combative rival of President Trump. Some people love that. I think some people think it's a little too much. To the degree that President Trump had anything to do with that, the Trump administration had something to do with keeping him out. That would be in keeping with I think, disturbing trend we're seeing to, restricting access to events that normally were more open, and there's more political control, not just in our country, but around the world. So that would be distressing. But I would say that, there are some Democrats like Newsom who think that you have to fight President Trump in unconventional ways, and some of them are looking to be the next president. And so I think we'll see more of this in the months and years to come.
Ain't gonna be no next presidents. You see, we believe Orange Man, Agent 47, he gotta be the last president, man. He's gonna go over there, Salakia. He's gonna go over there and fight, man, for World War III. He's a proud man, didn't I say that? You understand? You see, he's a proud man. That's what his bitch ass gonna do. He gonna go over there and fight. You see, he gonna get drawn out because them fake ass Jewish motherfuckers, the small hats, you see, them fake ass small hats, they swinging a hammer. They telling Donald Trump what to do because they want to invade and set up the CBDC, a digital central banking system. You see, that's the reason why they over there in Davos, which goes into I sit as a king. See, that's how they think. That word Davos goes into I sit like a king. You know, I sit like King David. That's how the motherfuckers think, bro. You see? But they bitch ass about to come down and sit in the dust. Your queendom is falling. And that's a must. You see?